Alright guys, the countdown is over. Time to start. Good evening. Welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub, and it's the day where I'll give feedback to my students. So if someone can please put the list. Jay is with us, Hitesh is with us, Aryan you are with us. We need you because of feedback. One of the students is you, and I hope that your parents are watching this. If not both, at least one of your parents is watching this. Saurish is here. I think we're joined by Namish, who's murdered the spelling of Sir. I don't know, it's maybe Tsar of Russia or something. Arya Mahakal, good to have you because you are also one of those students. And I hope that your mom is watching this, or maybe your dad. In your case, I don't know. Then yes, so Aryan says yes, they are watching, which is a great thing, because if the parents are very serious about their child's improvement, then it's important to listen to what your coach has to say. And when I share my observations, it's very important that you jot things down, actually write it down in your notepad or somewhere, and see to it that you work upon those things. So we are going to start immediately. We have got three students and I have a lot to say. One thing at the outset, thanks, Aryan did that job before Jay, so that's great. Kavish himself, that's Aryan, and Arya Mahakal. Abir, you will be the student for the feedback the next time for sure. This time itself, I wanted you in, but these guys are senior students and they wanted the feedback, and so as long overdue, let's say, for them. For you, you're relatively a new student, so I'll put you for the next Saturday. Okay. Radesh is also here. Good to know that. Okay, so let's get straight to our feedback board. And the first one, of course, this is a feedback session for August 28 by yours truly. And the first one is Arya Mahakar. Arya, I want you to be active in the chat. So if you are here with your parent, tell me who is watching with you. It is very important the parents take active, participation, or show active participation if you are serious about your child's progress. This is one day when you should be present, especially when the feedback is about your child. So the ID is Arya Sonic. You can see that he's played not a lot of games, about 91 rapid games and only 20 classical games, which in my opinion should increase. He has not played a lot of game. All this data is good as of this morning, 9:38 hours. The game completion rate is very impressive. You might want to compliment him on that. And Arya is saying yes, he is joined by one of his parents. You should mention who. Okay. And Kavish is also here. Kavish, I hope one of your parents is with you because you are the third student for the feedback. Yeah, as I was saying, the game completion rate is 100%. Your rapid rating RA is 1150 and classical is 1313 with a question mark. Now, why is there a question mark after your rating? Is because you've just played 20 games. Should actually go to 25, 30 games so that the computer, the system, the leeches system is able to calculate your rating precisely. When you play less games, the computer doesn't really understand where exactly is your range. So the moment you cross, say, let's say 25 to 30 games, that's when the computer can be sure about what exactly your playing strength is. As far as rapid rating is concerned, let me assure you that the rating that you see here, 1150 as of this morning, well, that's really not your true potential. Your true potential is more than that. You can definitely do more than that, Arya. Good to know that your father is watching this alongside, so he can also be proud of you for good feedback, and he can tell you what you need to do when it comes to the areas of improvement. So Arya, I'm here to tell you that the rapid rating 1150 doesn't really reflect your true strength. In my humble opinion, you are definitely between 1300 and 1400 at the moment. At least the 1150 is below par, and in this feedback you'll exactly learn why it is below par. Now, first question for you to answer is, why did you miss the hub tournament? I'm talking about the tournament played on August 23rd, that's Monday, and you have to ensure that you participate in the hub tournament every week. That's just for an hour, and there should really be no excuse. If you're not going to participate in the tournament, I will not be able to give you any evaluation. And I told you very clearly, all of you, that if you want a feedback from me, you have to fulfill these three qualifications. Okay. The one thing is the hub tournament. The second one is 10 plus 5 game, and one more is the external tournament. So why did you miss this particular hub tournament is what I want to know from you. Type it in the chat. There should be no reason, and if Arya's father is watching this, well, this is the one thing he should not miss. Even if there is a lot of studies, I don't care. It's just 1 hour on Monday. We have to play this tournament, and this is a big joke. I did not get the link is nothing less than humor, because how is it possible that you don't get the link? Nobody gets separate links. Everybody gets the link via the Telegram group. Everybody does that. So Jai did put it up properly well before time. He did that last Saturday. So 23rd was the Monday. So 22nd and 21st. He did that on the 21st. Check the Telegram channel and go to the 21st. 21st of August is when Jai put the link. So you cannot give me this excuse that I'm showing on the screen. You're saying I didn't get the link. Oh, that's wrong. I am afraid I'm not going to believe that. Everybody, not just you, everybody gets the link by the same method. So how can everybody else get the link and play the tournament, but you did not get it? That's not possible, right? The only way probably is that that message got deleted. And then why did that happen? So point to be noted, and I want you to type it like, I'll not miss the hub tournament. And parents make a note of this, that if he misses the hub tournament, then that is really sad. And then, I mean, how can I give any feedback at all if he's not going to play games? It is a hub tournament and you cannot miss that. You cannot. And if you do miss that, then when I take your name for the feedback, you should not say, yes, give me the feedback, because you know you didn't play the hub tournament. Then why do you want me to give you the feedback? Remember the conditions. I'll accept your apology this time. You're saying, sorry, sir, I'll accept it. Happens, but make sure that this is the last time. And here Jai has shared the link that he shared on Telegram. I assure you, he did that. Jai did share that on the as early as 21st August. The tournament was for 23rd August, but he shared the link on Saturday, last Saturday, which was the 21st. You can check that. And everybody got the link by the same message. Nobody gets messaged separately in person. So that is, this is not done. Okay, make sure. So that's it. That's the first thing. You cannot miss the hub tournament. That is 100% a rule. And next time it happens, I ain't giving you any feedback. Dad, please make a note of that, Arya's father, that he should not miss the hub tournament. He didn't play and he's saying that he didn't get the message. No, it's on the Telegram channel. Everybody got that message. Okay, next one is, I want a fair performance in the external tournament. And this condition actually was fulfilled. So this one probably is the first one. Okay, the first one, which is positive. Yeah, the first positive one. The first one was a negative, but this one is positive. A fair performance in the external tournament. And why do I say that? Well, the data is that you finished 122nd out of 293 players, which is like the top 41%. As of now, what I want, the rising stars, you fall in that rising stars category, Arya Mahakal. So anything which is in the top 50% is what I'll take. And top 50% shows that you know chess. Like if there are 100 people playing, and if you finish 50 and you know that in above that, so then that's nice. Okay, anything in the top 50% is good. So you finished at in the top 41%, which is good. Although there is something, your performance rating is barely 1085, which in my opinion needs some improvement. That is not done. Okay, so your performance is way below par. And subsequently in the next slides, you'll understand why it's happening and what you're doing. Then why is it fair? Only because it is in the top 50%. That is a criteria. You selected a good tournament. I'm happy. You played the under 1500. If it is possible, you can also try under 1300. Because as we saw, your rating is under 1300 in Rapid, is it not? So make sure that you select the right tournament. Dad, make a note of that. Arya's father, he played in the under 1500 tournament, but since his rating is under 1300, we saw that, right? His rating is under 1300 for Rapid. So if it is possible, he can play the under 1300 tournament, which will be even more appropriate for him given where he stands at the moment. But even under 1500 is a good category chosen, and I'm happy to say that you finished as top 41%. So where exactly are you going wrong and what it is that you can do, we'll see to that in our next section, which is number 3. And Jay, I believe you and Hitesh are forgetting your fundamental duty. Your fundamental duty is that you have to type the highlights of my feedback. So this is my third point, and I'm yet to get a single message from Jay or from Hitesh. Hitesh, you are also one of the moderator. So make sure that you type whatever you see in the bold black. This is my third point now for Arya. So first you should have told him that he should play the hub tournament. Hitesh, you should have done that because Jay was trying to search for the tournament message. But at least Hitesh could have done that. Okay. The second one and now the third one. So you should stop hurting yourself, Arya Mahakal. And how are you doing that? Well, watch this. This is a great example of what happens, Arya Mahakal. Here you are playing a 10 plus 0 rapid game. I recommend 10 plus 5, but this is your external tournament game. So it's perfectly okay. Now, Arya's father, look how nicely your son is playing. He is winning this game. Look at the image to the left. The computer says you are playing with the black pieces, Arya. You are playing with the black pieces here, and the computer's evaluation is minus 6.5. Now, Arya's father, minus 6.5 is that he is winning. Black is winning. Black is winning. It's very, very important. Okay. So, what is happening here? With that kind of a lovely position, you played a move that showed your greed. You were so greedy to get the second queen on the board. You did not simply watch your opponent's last move. As shown, the threat is with the red arrow. What you played was the green arrow, but what the threat was is shown with the red arrow. And look how easy it was for you to stop that. Okay. And the reason why I'm particularly sad is because you are not in any kind of a rush as far as time is concerned. You can see that you have well over 6 minutes left on the clock. Guys, every point that I say is actually like gold. If you really listen to what your coach is saying, maybe you can improve. So Arya, that's why you find yourself as an 1100 player as against a 1300 player who is looking or aiming at 1400 now. If you start doing such things, you'll do better. Here, black is clearly winning. You, Arya, you, my dear student, you are winning completely. Minus 6.5. There's no doubt about it that you are the one who is winning here. And then it's your greed, like, okay, let me get the second queen. And in a bid to get 2 queens on the board, a queen is not everything, right? Look at that. The opponent has set a mid threat, but which was very easy to avoid. It's, I mean, just simple. Pawn push would have done that. Play G6, it would have done that. Play F6, it would have done that. You have 2 queens on the board, and then there was no chance for your opponent to come back. Arya, if you are listening to this, you should go ahead and type something. This concerns you. And this is labeled as #1 because I wanted to make my point stronger by showing you yet another example. So this is stop hurting yourself number 2. Now here you tell me what more Arya do you want in order to win? Yet again, you are in a winning position. Even with the black pieces, you kind of build such lovely positions for yourself. I'm impressed as a coach. You are minus 8.7 up in evaluation. You are a queen up. You have more than 7 minutes on the clock. In fact, it is 7 minutes and 52 seconds. So I can as good as say 8 minutes on the clock. What more do you want to win a game? You tell me. I have highlighted and made it bold. What more do you want? Minus 8.7 means black is winning. You are black. You are the one with the black pieces here, Arya. And you are a queen up here. Opponent has lost the queen. You have more than 7 minutes. And still, you see the end result is you lost the game. You know immediately what you did there? You played queen d7 and gave your bishop on c5. Now I have some reasons what is actually happening here. And this probably could help you get better. Number 1, I think you are reaching the other extreme now. Mark my words, okay? You are reaching the other extreme now. Arya Mahaka, your problem was you used to play very slow. Contrary to what the other students, you actually were playing very slow. You always got into time trouble. But now what you're doing is, in a bid to start playing faster, now you have reached the other extreme. And now you're playing so fast that you are not aware of what your opponent's plans are. You don't care for what he wants to do. Your opponent is also playing chess. He will also have plans, let me assure you. So, the extremes are not good. Too slow? Nah. Too fast? Nah. That's bad. So in a bid to make up for the losses on time, now you've started playing so fast that the time is being not utilized. It remains unutilized. We talk about optimum utilization of resources, but this is not that. Okay, that is why what you should do is go through the checklist. It's not for just some time pass that I created that checklist. It will serve a purpose. If you follow the checklist, you will use the appropriate amount of time, spend enough time on every move, and then you will take your game further. Otherwise, when you are minus 8 points up, queen up, with 8 minutes on the clock, 7 minutes 52 seconds, I can say it's 8 minutes almost, you still lost the game, man. You still lost the game. It hurts. So, one more thing is, what's happening here is, I can sense in your games, I've gone through a lot of your games, there is a kind of overexcitement that can happen. Okay, so when you start winning, Arya, probably you get nervous. That those nerves actually are there. Well, like I'm winning. So let me do it, and then those nerves actually get the better of you, and it kind of induces mistakes. You start making mistakes. Unforced error is what I call it. Unforced error. So this one in particular is very painful to watch with this kind of a setup where black is completely winning and you simply never played the bishop and never long castled in this game. Opponent is the queen down here. If not this game, which game will you ever win, Arya Mahakal? So his father who's watching with him, I'm proud of him, and you should be proud of your son because he's winning here. But what's happening is, you are not converting this advantage into a victory. That is missing. And that is missing on two counts. Number one, as I said, that excitement and nerves. And number two is that you're now reaching the other extreme as far as time management is concerned. Now you're playing way too fast. Earlier, you're playing way too slowly. Now both are bad. And how to avoid that is by the checklist. Follow the checklist. I have taken a lecture on that. It's there on our YouTube. We always remember when we play the demo games. What do I say? Go through. It's a step-by-step process. Like, what is there a checkmate? What are my hanging pieces? Now, if you would have done that, let's say the step number 2 is what are my hanging pieces. Now, the move you played after this position that you see on your screen area, you played queen d7. So you played queen d7 and immediately your opponent took the bishop on c5. If you see here on the screen, you played the queen and then the knight took the bishop free. Why? What was the need? The queen was not even attacked. You could have developed the light colored bishop, long castle, and black is good. So the nerves are there. You're not utilizing. And when you have 7 minutes, you could have spent some time like, okay, I have won my opponent's queen. My opponent is down and out. I have 8 minutes. Let me breathe. Okay, I'm going to win this. In my demo games, you would see this. I talk a lot. In fact, Ant-Man did point this out that I will also start talking like you do to myself, not out loud because people will take you to be a fool. But of course in your mind, and then probably take the game one step at a time. And Arya, you will do better. Again, I'm saying, Arya, I don't get chat lines from you. So every time I say something and you want to acknowledge, should say, okay, noted, sir, or something like that. Okay, so father, your son is winning. It's just that he's not converting the advantage into a victory. That's what is missing. That's why he's 1100. Otherwise, Arya Mahaka, let me assure you that you are a 1300 student who is aiming at 1400. You have that caliber. You have that potential. You are a good student. It's just that you're hurting yourself. That's why I've titled it Stop Hurting Yourself. Let's take a look at what else I have to say. This is Stop Hurting Yourself, point number 3. Now this time you're right. An unbelievable move is what you played, Master Arya Mahakal. What's happening? Only you can tell me why that happened. 7 minutes and 51 seconds remain. Everybody can see that on the screen, I believe. 7 minutes, make no mistake, Arya Mahakal, 7 minutes and 51 seconds are remaining. That's as good as 8 minutes. And you played the move shown by the green arrow. And you gave your queen. Arya Mahakal, I thought you love your queen, huh? I thought you had some love. What's up? You gave your queen. Please. What's up, buddy? What's up? You actually took that pawn and your opponent took the rook. Again, white was winning here. Master Arya Mahakal was winning here. You are one with the white pieces. Computer evaluation at this stage is that it is 1 plus 1. White is winning here. And the time is 7 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. Now you are saying it's a misclick. You tell me, with 7 minutes 51 seconds, can I take that as an excuse? It was a misclick, Arya Mahakal. Will I take that what you're saying? And by the way, here is a good way to avoid misclicks. It happens not just to you but to all others also. In the chat they can tell me. They have in fact said that this looks like a LOL. So giving some LOL. Yeah, sure. Now, it happens to a lot of people, okay? So Arya Mahakal and the others who are prone to this misclick, Leeches allows you the option of drag and drop. Most players do that, even I do that, drag and drop. But if you are somebody, who suffers from this misclick phobia, Leeches also allows you the click and click method. Please type it in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. If you click and click, then there is no question of a misclick, because first you click at the piece you want to move, then you click on the destination square. Now you cannot go wrong on both the occasions. Otherwise, then why are you even playing chess? So one method is just click the mouse button, okay, and just drag the piece. Or you can go wrong there. You can go wrong there. But then click and then again a click. And by the way, that method actually is tedious, especially if you are playing bullet games. But in this game, you are not playing a bullet game. You have 7 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. So you have adequate time with you. पर्याप्त समय शेष है आपके पास. Arya Mahakal ji. Now you cannot complain of a misclick. That certainly does not go down well with me. So you use the click and click method. Jai, Hitesh, maybe you should type those things. Okay, use the click and click method. So you cannot do that. And then you gave your queen. So you can click the queen by mistake. But again, you can not click the pawn also by mistake. Then you cannot say it's a misclick. So I think that is a better way to avoid the misclick or fix that misclick thing. And Hitesh doing also a good job is highlighted what I want to say. So don't hurt yourself 1, don't hurt yourself 2, don't hurt yourself 3. That is why Arya Mahakal I wanted to really emphasize this, that you are much better than what you believe. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. Arya Mahakal, you are a super player, but you are not playing true to your potential. If you start losing games like this, then definitely you will see that your rating is low. But actually, as a player, your potential is high. So stop hurting yourself. You will grow as a good chess player. Next point. Point number 6. The knight on the rim is dim. In quite a few games, Arya Mahakal, I have noticed that you put the knight on the edge of the board. When the knight is at the edge of the board, it gets really easily trapped. And this is a good example. This is your game where you're playing a 10+0 game and your opponent has successfully trapped your knight. You're playing with the black pieces, your knight is trapped on h5. Your knight has nowhere to go as shown by the red circles. And really, that's as good as a piece down scenario here. So knight on the rim is dim. So whenever you make sure, you want to move a piece, ensure safety. And how about you starting to use some time? I told you already that now you are doing the mistake of reaching the other extreme. Either this end or that end. Either Arya Mahakal is too slow or he is too fast. Well, that's not good. Neither is good. So please go through the checklist and spend enough time. Not too long, not too short. Spend enough time. Okay? And then you will improve. Now, this one I am particularly not impressed. Arya Mahakal and his father who is watching this. Now, this one is pretty serious. Okay? Every week, I want them to play one 10 plus 5 game. I repeat, every week, at least one I'm saying. 2 to 3 games is absolutely okay. But minimum one game for me to give you a feedback. Number one, you don't have the hub tournament played. So that's number one, negative against you. On top of that, you played a 10 plus 5 game in this way. Look at this. Now, don't play for the sake of playing. This is like playing for the sake of playing. That's it. Because sir wants a 10 plus 5 game. Let me give him a 10 plus 5 game. Look at that. It is a 10-minute game for the love of God. And 8 minutes and 19 seconds are remaining in a 10-minute game. So like what? You're playing with a minute now? You could have played a bullet game. आवश्यकता क्या थी रैपिड की? Just because your coach said it. Now, I can easily see there's lack of this carelessness. Now, this is not that other scenario where the nerves are there, you have winning chances. Here, you are just playing something crazy, out completely crazy. Okay? So, I want this game played properly. Why have I given you this time control of 10 minutes and 5? So that you play slowly and properly. If you are going to lose having used only 1 minute of thinking time, then what is the use of those 8 minutes remaining now? अब ये जो 8 मिनट शेष रह गए हैं उनका क्या लाभ है? What is the use of these 8 minutes and some seconds remaining in your life? They are not going to be refunded. It's not that the time saved in one game can be utilized in some other game, but then it would have made sense. But this is just outright crazy. So don't give me a game just because you have been told to play 10 plus 5. Parents, make a note of that. I want at least one good. And when I say good, I'm not saying that you have to win it. Come on, losses happen. No doubt about it. But not this way. Your lone king is remaining. You are the one with the white pieces. Watch the screenshot, Arya Mahakal. Watch the screenshot. Only king is remaining. And you have finished the game in 1 minute and some seconds. Over 8 minutes are remaining. That means, let's see if my math is right. Like about 1 minute and 41 seconds are utilized only. Was my math right? Yeah. A minute and 41 seconds utilized, man. That's very poor. You can do better than that, Arya. I know you can do better than that. But then you have to do better than that. You can't just talk about it. That doesn't help. Ooh, Arya Mahakal, I'm done with you. And the point is that I want you to really start working on whatever has been said. You said that you've noted it. I hope his dad who was here has made him note all the things, and I'm sure your father also has picked up a few points about your play. And let me assure you, Arya, that I'm proud of you. But if you plug these errors, you will be an even stronger chess player in future. I promise you that. Just make sure that you work on what is said by your coach. Okay, this is no way to play. Let's now talk of our very own van friend, Aryan Bhangre. Aryan, who's watching this? Please let me know in the chat. Is your dad watching this with you? Who's there with you? Your data is good as of this morning, 10:32 hours, and your ID is Archbishop King. Now you are a new student, and even Aryan has his dad watching. That's good. Hello, sir. Good evening. Now you have played 67 rapid games and 18 games. I'm happy with the rapid because you are a relatively new student, so 67 games is okay. But I'm not impressed with only 18 classical games. You can do better than that. 18? You can do better than that. Now, your game completion rate is very good. It is 97%, so it is impressive. Aryan Bhangre, shabash, very good, impressive. Your rapid rating is 1431. Now, if Arya Mahakal is with us, see, this is where you can be 1400. See, 1431. Yeah, that rating is justified. Classical rating has to improve because it shows 1303. Now, in my opinion, and I have studied your games enough to know and to tell you, you should easily aim for 1500 now. Your first target should be 1500. That's your new target, Aryan Bhangre. 1500. And in classical, I'm saying. And that means that you'll have a lot of time to think. Classical games are slow. You know, the ones with the tortoise icon. Okay. Now, first of all, Aryan's father, it's a wonderful performance by him in the Hub tournament. He has a performance of 1675, which is more than his rating. So that's a commendable. That's a big thumbs up here. And he managed to finish 6th out of 15 players. So that's top 50%. And he missed the podium by 3 points. Let's say if he had 4 points, sorry, if he had 20 points and he was in contention with Ant-Man, his van friend, to finish on the podium. But good. Now, Arya Mahakal, if you're watching this, this is what you missed, man. This is the Hub tournament. The same message by Jay. Everybody receives it every week. So don't tell me you did not receive it. And Jay, if you are going to create a tournament for Monday today itself, make sure you share that message in the Telegram and type it in the chat. But share it on the Telegram group, Jay. Make sure you type something like this is the message for the tournament link. Okay. Please type it properly. So this was something good about Aryan Bhangre. Is satisfactory. 1675 is a good performance, better than what your rating is. Now here is an example of Kavish giving you a nice beating where you did not think long enough to come up with a good defense. Now here you are playing with the black pieces and Kavish has threatened a checkmate. And Kavish beat you with a berserk. Guys, if you see Kavish berserk this game, I don't know if you are able to see that. You see the time split. So the berserk icon is there. Now the threat is queen takes f7 checkmate and you stopped it with a green arrow. Yeah, okay, that does stop the queen takes f7 checkmate. But what about the hanging knight? So if you had thought long enough, you would have come up with knight g5. Now knight g5 actually stops the checkmate. And it also saves your knight because the opponent doesn't have the bishop on c1. Guys, please remember that. Your Kavish's it's a Danish gambit, so the bishop has been fianchettoed. Bishop takes b2. That's what happened. So his bishop is not on c1. So you could have played knight g5, and if that knight gets chased, then you can come to e6, and then there is no checkmate threat at all. So I'm saying go to g5. And then come to e6, and then there is no scholar's mate checkmate threat at all. I want you to type it in the chat, Aryan, if you are getting my points. So this is how you just lost the piece. You played the move shown with the green arrow, and then Kavish just took your knight and you lost the game. But you could have defended both the checkmate and the knight later comes to e6 square, the light colored square on the king file, and you could have saved the checkmate and the knight entirely. Next point, you can participate much better in the external tournament. Now, I would like to remind you of what Arya Mahakal did when it comes to the 10+5 game. Playing for the sake of playing. Aryan Bhangre, I am your coach. I can see things better. You played this tournament for the sake of playing this tournament. And how do I say that? Man, you played just one game. Okay? Or in fact, 2 games you played. Look at the people who finished on the podium. They actually played 7 to 8 games. You played 2 games, 1 loss, 1 win. They played 7 to 8 games. So if you have decided to play in a particular tournament, then you should play wholeheartedly. You should not just play 2 games and you just got 1 win. And even with that 1 win, I'm so proud of you, Aryan Bhangre. I'm proud of you. Even with that 1 win, imagine what you got. You were able to finish in the top 50%. And that's good. As a new student, that is more than good, actually better. Yeah. But imagine had you played 7 to 8 games properly, Could you not have done even better? So when you know that you're going to play a tournament, if his father is watching this, make sure that you play the tournament properly. If you had net issues, play some other tournament. I will not give you a feedback only about this tournament. I could have told you about some other tournament then. So this is not the first and the last tournament there ever was. That's not fair. But I think my point can be noted here. Okay. So make sure that when you feel the things are going right, participate in a tournament, but participate wholeheartedly. Okay, that is my mantra for you. And again, I wonder what Jay and Hitesh are doing, because they are supposed to highlight my points in the bold and they are not doing that. And every now and then I have to remind them like small kids, like do this, do that. Pathetic. You have to know this. Okay. Next point. Now, this is a positive feedback for you, Aryan Bhagre. Your dad will be proud of you. Aryan's father, I'm proud of him. Look at this. And all the students should praise him for this. What a wonderful 10+5 series he had this week. And if Arya Mahakal is watching this, then Arya Mahakal, you better take a lesson from some other. You can always learn from your friends. Look at the data. It's all 12 hours ago. Arya Mahakal, you barely can give me one game per week. These are 4 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games in the last 12 hours with all 4 wins. What more do I want as a coach? What more do I want as a coach? This is a victory streak. Hitesh is right. Hitesh has nicely put the 10+5 victory streak, and that's beautiful. And watch his rating climb like 50 points. In fact, when he started this streak, there is one game even below this. I could not take the entire screenshot. You know what? It doesn't fit in one screen. He started with the 1400 rating. He ended up with a 1500 rating almost. So that was a massive jump in the rating. Or was it from 1300 to 1400? Somewhere like that. But it was close to 100-point jump. And this is a very, very nice thing. Now, this is what I want everybody to learn. Okay. Get inspired from each other. I'm telling you, Hitesh is saying from 1402 to 1431. But in fact, there is one game even below this. In one screen, I could not take the entire screenshot. There were games even below this. It started well below 1300. I mean, sorry, 1400. So it was 139 something. And from there to 1450 or something event. So that is wonderful. And it's a really good effort. See, everybody is praising you. Aryan's father, it's wonderful. Maybe you can buy a cornetto for him this evening, maybe. Do I get a bite? Sir asks cornetto and you get it. Sir gets a bite, right? I mean, I don't know. Come on, guys. Tell me. If the last one was a positive feedback, if father is going to give you a cornetto this evening, well, then maybe he should give it only half to you. Because now comes your area of improvement. This is not good, Aryan Bhagre. I just praised you over something and now this is going to hurt you. Your father will definitely learn from this, like what is my son, doing, what he should not do. You have played a classical game, which is a 30-minute game. So if your father is watching this, 30-minute game, okay, 30 minutes for you and 30 minutes for opponent. And you have won the game. You can see that Aryan has won the game. But what is the utilization of time? You see how much time? Somebody typed that in the chat. Do you see how much time is remaining, man? Is this really the classical way? Now, I played 2 demo games. Oh, this week we were lucky. I played 4 demo games with 1 loss and 3 wins, remember? So, 25 minutes were remaining in a classical game. It's 25:53 to be precise. Arya Mahakal is right. Now, I won't call this a classical game. This is no way to play a classical game. Give me a break. So, Aryan Bhagre, you will get the cornetto. Maybe your dad will eat the dry fruits over that. You just have the piece, the main cornetto part. But he'll take the dry fruits off maybe. I don't know. Maybe he should give you only the wrapper. How about that? Some suggestions in the chat, huh? But this is not the way to go for a classical game. Everybody makes a note of that. But at least he's shown some interest in playing the Oh, Aryan thinks it's a big LOL. Yeah, sure. Come on, let me know. But you can play classical better than this, Archbishop King, and you will do better than this. I can assure you. We are done with Aryan. By the way, yes, Aryan, there are a few great positives about you, and there are a few things you can do better, and you should focus more on classical games. Also, whenever you find that you're in a difficult situation, try to look for a better move. I will take you back to that example, knight g5. You could have saved both. So solving just one problem, no, you could have solved both the problem, the hanging knight and the mate. So there are many such instances that I have seen. And Aryan, you can do much better. You are always welcome. You will do well. Just like what I said for Arya Mahakal. You guys are the rising stars and you have the potential to do even better. And you will play even better. Okay. And now we are, oh, Hitesh is nice. We're done with the feedback for Aryan. Type the points, Hitesh. Very, very smart. Type the points. What about that? Type the points now. And now we are going to come to Master Kavish 4K. Kavish, please let me know in the chat if you are there. And Kavish has made it clear that his mother is watching this. Good evening, ma'am. And this is what I have to say about Kavish. Master Kavish Korke, his Leech's ID is Kavish Korke, everything small case. What is impressive is number of rapid games. He's slowly gaining confidence, and 191 games is cool. But if that is not enough, Aryan Bangre, I'm sure, and your dad is still here, I hope. If you remember your classical game count, now watch this. Master Kavish Korke has played 223 classical games, and I have no problems in saying that that is more than what I have played. Oh no, LOL, yeah, sure. That's more than what I have played. Particularly, I think my initiative and tempo ID maybe, or Amaya fee ID, I think one of those IDs. That's more than what I do. That is awesome. That is simply superb. So he shows keen interest in playing classical games. So something that is to be noted, and that is good, Kavish. That is good. Jay also showering some praise on you. And Itesh, now are you going to type something or just done with the feedback? Now, Itesh, your data is good as of 11 o'clock, 11:08 this morning. So that's the latest. And one thing what you can do better is the game completion rate. If you remember, Arya, who had the 100% completion rate? Can you guys, can you tell me? Jay said the right thing here. Don't let your game completion rate go below 90%. Leeches does not like that. I mean, if you are playing chess, you have to give respect to your opponent, show respect towards the game. Yes, okay. Arya had 100% completion rate. I'm talking about today's feedback. So today we saw that Arya was the one with the 100% completion, game completion rate. So Kavish, you can have that increased. 90%, leeches will probably punish you. 90% is okay, but don't let it fall beyond a certain point. I mean, I'm not sure what exactly the percentage is, but 90 is a wake up call. So if your mother is watching this, what do you mean by game completion rate? Means Kavish starts playing a game, but he doesn't finish it. So maybe there is power failure, maybe there is internet failure, or maybe he leaves the game. Even he's losing, he just cancels, he just crosses Leech's window and goes away. Leeches doesn't like that. If you are losing, properly resign, tell your opponent you played well, and then you should go. That is the proper way of completing the game. So Kavish's mother, if you're watching this, this is what I mean by game completion. So that rate for Kavish is pretty alarmingly low at 90%. Let us all ensure that that doesn't fall below that. So make sure that it stays above 90%, which is great. 90% above is healthy. I would say really nothing to worry. But below 90, then leeches will start watching your games. And if you have that unsporting attitude, then leeches, when you have a power failure, leeches might feel that you are just some opponent, you just leave the game and go. And your opponent will not like that. Imagine you are invited by somebody, or rather you invited somebody to play, and then you just leave the game. That is frowned upon, right? That is not looked at as good chess etiquette. So I understand that there can be internet issues, but don't let it happen on so many occasions that it falls below. I don't want 100%. I told you that. Sometimes I'll take this excuse, what you have typed right now, but don't let it fall below 90%. Don't let it fall below that. So that's the point. Okay. Point is noted. Will Hitesh type that? Will Hitesh do any work at all? Your rapid rating is 1466. That is worth it. However, Kavish, your classical rating can improve. And your mother, it's good that your mother is here. She's watching this because now she's going to learn why. Your rapid rating is justified. 1466 is good. Your aim should be 1500. Just what I said for Aryan Bangre. But what about your classical rating? 1, 3? Nah, that should also be 1500. 100%. That should be in that range, 1500. And you are that student. Now, what is the case with you? Coming to that point now. So, what is wrong with it? First, some good feedback. Cornato winning moment. Hey, we'll call this Cornato winning moment from your parents. Cool play in the hub tournament. Kavish really played well and he finished fourth. He just missed the podium by one position. So Kavish's mother, he could have been one of the trophy holders. He finished fourth in the tournament and just behind Ant-Man, who is at 20 score, and Kavish is with the 18 score. Now Arya Mahakal should actually realize how much he has missed. And Arya Mahakal, please type it in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. This is the amount of chess you are missing, Arya Mahakal. Do you see how many games he has played? Do you see Arya Mahakal? Do you see how many games? 13 games. If you see alongside the screenshot, he has played 13 games. So whenever you just simply miss the tournament, well then you miss all this action. All this action is missed. And still his performance is 1339, which is cool. But for classical, you should be 1500. And that is something good for Kavish. So Kavish, I believe that your mom should definitely be praising you for this. Very well done. Very good job. And now here is the problem. Again, going from cornetto to the cornetto wrapper. Or maybe this time it's the chopping of the dry fruits. Slow down, my man. Slow down. Kavish Korke has to play slowly. And I believe this is, you are so consistent with this particular problem. Normally people stay consistent with their quality. You are consistent with your area of improvement. Even when the hub was going on, like I'm talking about 2019, that phase, even then my problem with you was that you were playing very fast, too fast for my liking. And you used to lose a lot of games. If you remember, we had a parent meeting for that once. But that problem still remains, offline or online. You've continued that tradition. That's not the one tradition we want to change, man. That's not the one we want to continue. Oh, Hitesh doing some typing. Some big clap for Hitesh. Moderator doing some work on Saturday. So, first point, Kavish's mother, because he's playing very fast, you know what is happening? First, he never reaches the end game. The heart of chess. Let me share a big secret with you. I'm going to this week do something very interesting. You know, the modern chess players, and especially those who are newly registered at Leeches, they are sometimes so bad at their end games, even with the one position, they cannot finish the game. We saw our very own student Arya Mahakal fail to do that, even with the queen up position, even with 8 minutes remaining, and even with minus 8.5 as black. Even then, I am going to this week, interestingly, do a collection of so many games I'll show you, even with 1800 and 2000 and 1900 people, with a winning position, they stalemated me. And I'll not show you old example. I'll show you quite examples from the last few weeks or maybe even the last week. I swear. So you will understand the power of what I'm saying, and Kavish's mother is acknowledging this, which is fantastic. Okay. But to reach the end game, boy, you must play with proper use of time and take your opponent into the end game. No, first for that. That is what you should do first. Now, because you're playing an ultra fast mode, you almost never reach the end game. That's my point. Now, play much slower, and then you will see your game level really increasing from light to pro, then ultra pro and ultra pro max, or whatever you call the level. And all this, mother, please make a note of that, Kavish's mother. This is not because he is pressured by time. This is all unnecessary. That is the problem. If you are really, under pressure and you had to play fast and then you made a mistake, well, I can understand that. But what about the situation where you are unnecessarily playing fast and that is causing unforced errors? I hope you understand that. Somebody type it in the chat. Do some work here. Unforced errors, okay? Unforced errors, okay? So Aryan Bagre doing some good work there. So please, points noted, Kavish's mom. I think these are the three very important points. And you remember what I did for Arya Maka, like stop hurting yourself, 1, 2, and 3. But I have done something in a different way for Kavish as well. Kavish, I want to show you. I mean, fast is one thing, but man, how fast will you play? Here are some samples by Amaya Vaidya, sir. This is incredible. Now, somebody in the chat can, if you can see, point out like how fast is that against Jay in a 3-minute game. I repeat, in a 3-minute game against Jay, 2 minutes and 55 seconds are remaining. 5 seconds only you used. Man, I don't play that fast. I'll be honest with you. हमसे ना हो पाएगा. No, I don't play that fast. I don't play ultra bullet with that speed. Forget about rapid and everything. I don't play ultra bullet with this kind of speed. What are you doing, my man? So I hope your mom is really making notes, good notes. And that's why I've selected not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 examples of how fast Kavish Korke is unnecessarily playing and blowing up his own chances of becoming a master player. You think master players are like that? Kavish, every week I play demo games. And what do you think is the purpose of those games? Huh? I'll be back, guys. Just give me a minute, please. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. There was a courier at the door, so I had to address that. Beg your pardon. All right, guys. So I was talking about Kavish, and this is how you're doing. Okay. Now the second game, you got scholars mated by Rupak. Some comments about that. Some comments about that. I mean, scholars mate Kavish, and why is that? Because you're playing very fast. You don't want to be scholars checkmated when you are a member of the hub. Come on, you learn chess. That's not fair. Yet another instance against Ant-Man, our very own Ant-Man. Huh? You used only 53 seconds and you lost the game. All these are your losses. Kavish's mother, all these are his losses because he is not using his time. All are unnecessary. Nobody's forced him to play so fast. But he's like, oh, do you have to go someplace, man? I'm asking you a question, Kavish. Do you have to go someplace? Do you have to go for some inauguration? Any urgent requirement someplace? Why do you play so fast? Play it cool, chill. What's the rush? Mad rush. Last instance is against Itesh. Now I'm sure that for this one, Itesh will do some typing. Huh? Now for this one, Itesh will do some typing. 42 seconds. Itesh is a damn good player and you don't even want to... 42 seconds? This is not the time remaining. Kavish's mother. This 42 seconds is not the time remaining. It's the time used. That you should highlight. There you go. Hitesh has done his job. Oh, my game I will comment. Hitesh? Hitesh? What's up, man? So Kavish's mother, the 42 seconds, I would have been happy had that been the time left. 42 seconds is the time used and the entire remaining time unused because the game is over. So what is the point of playing so fast? Nobody, has asked for this mad rush. This is not going to get him anywhere. Now 10 plus 5 games, Kavish's mother, I'm pretty very seriously unhappy about this. Now 4 weeks ago, you can see that you played a rapid game 4 weeks ago. Kavish's mother, ask him and please type it in the chat. Why has he not played even a single 10 plus 5 game that we have been talking about week after week after week? I want a reason for this. Kavish, I want you to type something. Jay has nicely summed it up. 15 seconds, 53 seconds, 42 seconds. Scholars made. Like, then you would lose. And that's why you see your classical rating is 1300. But okay, going back to what I want Kavish's mother to ask him is, ask him, why has he not played 10 plus 5 games? Everybody you see in the feedback, 10 plus 5 games. You have those 10 plus 5 games. What about him? 4 weeks is like a month. So like last month you played a rapid game and you want a feedback from me? तो प्रथमतः तो यही feedback है that you have to play 110 plus 5 game every week. Don't give me a game played 4 weeks ago. That will not help you, my dear fellow. That's not the way. That's not the way. And by the way, Jay, I think you can probably agree or disagree with me, whatever. What do you say when we select the names of the feedback from the next time? We will ask the players if we have fulfilled the condition. Because if I had known that Kavish has not fulfilled this 10 plus 5 condition, I would have invited Abir for the feedback instead of him. He is also due. Instead of putting him for the next Saturday, we could have done the school homework. I will not take that. भाई साहब ये तो ये नहीं होगा. No. Now Kavish's mother, you tell me if you are in my position, if you are going to take this excuse. School homework. Aryan Bangre is senior to you. And what screenshot did we see? 10 plus 5 games 12 hours ago. You remember? Some minutes ago, we saw Aryan Bangre's screenshot, if you remember. Kavish's mother, I'm sure you were there even at that stage. You have to play one game, 10 plus 5, every week. Not every day, every week. And you are telling me school homework? Some comments. I want some comments. Let's see what your mom has to say about this. You're going to tell me about school homework? I have not said 10 plus 5 game every day. One game every week. One game every week. If that is too much for you, then you can forget about getting a feedback from me. Because you simply have no time at all. Who are you kidding, man? Who are you? You're telling your coach this? No. That doesn't work. One game every week is a child's play. It should actually, be 10 plus 5 game every day. But that stage is yet to come for you. But at least one game per week you can give me. Don't tell me about school homework. That is not good. See, your parents agree. Kavish, next time that happens, no, how can I give you a feedback if you're not going to give me a game? You were giving me a game 4 weeks ago. What good is that? And again, this is your game that we are talking about, the 4 week ago game. This is my last slide, guys. We are done with the feedback. But this is an example. So, Kavish's mother, this is the game, the 4 week game that we are talking about. It is a 10-minute game. Somebody type it in the chat, whatever you see. It's a 10-minute game. I repeat, it is a 10-minute game and 9 minutes are remaining. See the screenshot. What is the point of playing such a game? This is absolutely not done. Now, good that he is not with him, but he's watching the feedback. Anyway, that's the point. 10-minute game. The game is for 10 minutes for you to think, 10 minutes for your opponent to think. And the game is over. Only 1 minute is used. 9 minutes are not used. Then what is the point playing such game? Then how will you improve if you are not going to think? You have to think and play. But then give yourself some chance to win. 9 minutes were remaining, and that's not fair, Kavish. That is not fair. So some good, some Cornetto winning moments. But turns out that this is so bad, maybe from your pocket money, you will have to give party to your parents. LOL. Somebody, please, Aryan Bangre. How about you giving a treat to your father? Yeah, instead of them giving you the cornetto, this has changed so much that you should give a party to them. For your mistakes, you should also pay something, isn't it? Why not, sir? Anyway, the feedback is done. It's 6 to almost. We'll stop. Guys, every week, parents, please make sure every Saturday we do this. So this helps us interact in this time when the hub has not reopened. This is the best way to communicate. Saturday 5 to 6 we have this feedback session. So make sure that if you be with us regardless of whether it is your child's feedback or not, because the points discussed are fun here. Let me know if you liked it, and you can do much better. All 3 students work on what I've said. You have the potential to be strong chess players, and you will be strong chess players. I promise you that. For now, we'll stop. Jay has already shared a link. So, Arya Mahakal, I hope you got the link now. Don't want that same excuse. We'll stop. We'll meet on Tuesday. Remember what we are doing? We are studying attraction tactic. If you remember that, if you have not forgotten. Take care.